Hi guys, it's Mattias, and in today's video I'd like to talk about earning passive income on your investments, and today's example is going to be the blockchain Solana, because that is of course the one blockchain and investment that I am the most familiar with. I want to start off by saying that despite my yellow t-shirt and my swaggy headset, I am not a financial advisor, so nothing in this video should be considered financial or investment advice. Instead, you should contact your professional financial advisor, maybe ask them about crypto, because they're actually starting to come around to it more and more. We see many, even conservative investment advisor recommending Bitcoin and Solana, for example. Now, what we're going to talk about today is staking rewards. And this would be the closest equivalent to earning, let's say, interest on your fiat money, which is pretty terrible and you should stay away from it probably, or dividends on stocks, which is far better, but probably not as good as you're going to see in this example. What I want to do is I want to use an example of when, if you would have bought Solana in 2023 or maybe in the late 2022. There was a period here where Solana was around and even below $20 for almost a year, or maybe 9 or 10 months or something like that. And I'm going to use the example of, let's say we would have bought 100 Solana. Now 100 Solana would have cost us $2,000, you know, $20 times 100. And yeah, that is what we would have to pay for 100 Solana. Now, Solana, if you move it over to your Phantom wallet, this is my demo wallet here. I have actually, yeah, I didn't know I actually had funds here, but that's good. And if you click on Solana like I did here, once you moved it from your exchange, click on more, you can stake Sol. And here they actually recommend liquid staking, which is what I'm doing, not this liquid, not this LST, but I've been doing this for some time. This is actually a bit risky. We're going to talk about native staking though, because that is safer. And you click on this and you have a variety of different validators here. So you want to do is you lock up your Solana on one of these, whether you use Helios or whatever. You take maybe max. You want to save a little bit of Sol, of course. Never take all of your Sol, because you need a little bit for paying for transaction fees. Especially when you want to release those funds again. Otherwise you have to send in more just for the gas fee. So save like $1 or $2 worth of Solana at the minimum. Now, I'm not going to get into the technical aspect of it. It's very straightforward, but I'm going to calculate with a little bit lower number. I'm going to calculate with the number 7.5, even though you clearly can see 7.65 on several of these validators. Now, if you have 100 Solana, you stake it for 1 year, that's going to mount up to 7.5 Solana additional to that 100 Solana that you had initially. Now, in 2 years, obviously, roughly, that's going to be 15, but looking at these examples, it's probably going to be more like 16, because not only is it a little bit higher than my example, but the next year you're not staking 100 anymore, you're staking 107.5, so that adds up to a little bit more yet again. Now again, keeping it simple, you have 100 Solana, you've been staking for 2 years, you now have an additional 15 Solana. What would those 15 Solana be worth if you bought them here? Well, 15 Solana is the same value regardless of when you bought them, but in this case these 15 Solana is your yield from staking. So 15 Solana, I already did the calculation here, it is now $2,785. So investing $2,000, staking it, will give you an additional 15 Solana in 2 years. And those 15 Solana alone, aside from your initial investment, is $2,785. and 85. Now, obviously, you still have your initial 100, so we can see what that would be as well. Just put a 1 here. That is 21,355 and a half Solana. So, this is the power of compounding. And when you're staking, you have either APY or APR as your staking rewards. Now the Y stands for yield, and the R stands for return. Now if you instead of Solana are on another blockchain like Polkadot maybe, or Cosmos, or many others, you will have APR instead of APY. Now the difference is that with APR, the staking rewards will be moved to another staking address, and you then have to claim it whenever you want to, either, I don't know, restake it or sell it or trade it, whatever you want to do. But that also requires, again, that you maintain a little bit of your native cryptocurrency in your wallet, so that you have that to pay for the gas fee, so you don't get stuck with it, which has happened to me a couple of times actually, I might add. Now, APY is a lot more convenient. With Solana, the Solana APY, you have your staking reward dropping into your wallet every or roughly every 48 hours, because that's the time of a Solana epoch, and it is just automatically restaked. That's what APY means, and you have it on a lot of different blockchains. Near Protocol has the same, and many others have the same. The reason why this is so powerful, and I want to bring up a couple of examples here from one. I start off with the legendary Warren Buffett. He used to say that yield or passive income, it's kind of like if you have a snowball, you're standing on top of a hill with a snowball and you roll it slowly down the hill. For every turn the snowball does, it attracts more and more snow. The more snow it attracts, the bigger it grows. The bigger it grows, the more snow it attracts, because it's now bigger and it covers a wider area of the ground, and so your investment grows. This is the analogy that has been used by Warren Buffett countless of times. And as you know, Warren Buffett, he is one of the most successful investors of all times. But there's another person that is even more famous than Warren Buffett, for obviously different reasons, but he is not in any way known for finance, but he is known to be very, very intelligent. And his name is Albert Einstein. Yeah, that Albert Einstein. As much as you don't associate Albert Einstein with finance, he used to say that compounding interest is the world's eighth wonder. It's the eighth wonder of the world. It's a little bit tricky to say actually, for me being Swedish and all. And what he meant by that was that if you understand compounding interest, if you understand yield, then you are going to earn from it. And if you don't understand it, you're going to be the one paying it to those that understands it. That is basically what APY is on Solana. Now, whether or not you think that Solana or any other blockchain is a good investment, that is of course for you to decide yourself, or to discuss with your financial advisor. But here's an interesting article from today from CNBC. Goldman Sachs and BNY join forces to transform $7.1 trillion of money market industry with digital tokens. Now this whole thing, real world assets, is the normal expression that is used, at least in crypto. This is big on Solana, it's big on Ethereum, several others, but yeah, this is one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on blockchain, and especially Solana. Now this article mentions a lot of well-known names, such as BlackRock. We've seen that in crypto lately quite a lot. Fidelity and Federate, Hermes, and yada yada yada. This is based on the Genius Bill that was passed by and was signed by Donald Trump just very recently, which gives clarity in well, especially stable coins, but there's a lot of other bills that have been signed. There's a lot of other rules and regulations that have been created and that has given clarity and a go-ahead for banks and financial institutions to get into and get involved with cryptocurrency. So if you want to see this article, it's very easy to find. I'll put it in the description, mentioning JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and so on and so forth. And whatever you do with your finances, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope I will see you in the next live stream on my main channel.